Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. The Braxton family can't seem to stay out of the news. Today, one of the sisters, Towanda Braxton, came at Loni Love after hearing her interview that she did on The Breakfast Club. If you don't know, the ladies of the talk show called The Real came on The Breakfast Club and finally opened up about their former co-host, Tamar Braxton, getting fired. Loni Love mentioned in the interview that Towanda Braxton, who's Tamar's sister, ran into Loni and she gave her the heads up to watch their reality show. Loni Love took the warning seriously and she got in contact with one of her friends at WeTV, and her friend revealed that Tamar's husband Vince was going to blame Loni and the girls for Tamar getting fired.
Her sister Towanda said, "Loni, I am so sorry this is happening to you. We know you didn't have nothing to do with it." She said, "But I'm going to tell you something. They just did an emergency filming of the Braxton Family Values, and you need to see the episode." I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "You just need to see the episode." I was like, "What?" The person that worked at WeTV contacted me and said, "Look, we saw the rough cut of the Braxton Family Values. You are being named, the girls are being named, and Vince is doing the naming." I sat here and I called my attorney. I said, "You got to call WeTV and let them know that if they're naming us, we're going to have legal action. Because we had nothing to do with this defamation of character."
100%.
Towanda is now upset at Loni because she felt that she was unnecessarily dragged into this whole situation. She posted this on Instagram. "What I'm not willing to do is allow anyone to create dissension. I absolutely was on that flight with Loni Love." And how many years ago was this conversation? I'm amused at how the statements were paraphrased. It was never a heads up. And as soon as I saw Loni on the flight, I immediately contacted Tamar to let her know. The interview circulating that I'm included in is BS. Why feel compelled to keep mentioning Tamar when it pertains to that talk show? I guess they are her biggest fans. Y'all should ask Tamar to come back since she's the hot topic. Keep it quote unquote real or change the name of the show. Hashtag the real real. Love you, Tamar, just like the real. I got time today. Here's my issue with Towanda's statement. I understand that she doesn't want to be dragged into this mess because it's creating problems between her and Tamar. In fact, Tamar liked this shady post on Instagram and it said, "Tell Alexa to play Loyalty next." Why did Towanda tip Loni to watch the emergency taping of the Braxton Family Values after you were let go? Why did she comfort Loni on the plane telling her she's sorry for the backlash she received for your firing? Why did she tell Loni she knows she had nothing to do with it? I mean, dang, where the loyalty at? When you find it, send some to your sister. So right now, Towanda is in hot water with Tamar because she unveiled Tamar and Vince's plan to create the narrative that The Real was at fault for firing Tamar, even though Tamar's husband Vince had her fired. So Towanda is mad at Loni because Loni somewhat dry snitched on her, and now her and Tamar are at odds. But I don't like the shade she threw at Loni and the ladies. I don't like the fact that she said, "Why are you still talking about Tamar?" First of all, the interviewers brought it up, so they addressed the situation. And this was the first time that Loni Love was able to reveal what really happened. She was able to tell her side of the story because Tamar has had many chances to tell her side of the story, and she was pushing this narrative that she was the victim and the producers and co-hosts on The Real were somewhat at fault.
Me and the girls got along, so I thought.
You said you and the girls got along, so you thought. Has anyone given you or Vince a reason for the firing?
No, to be honest.
Now, Tamar was probably hiding something here because Loni said that Vince had something to do with Tamar getting fired. It's a possibility that he messed up a negotiation with the network and tried to demand more money. Who knows what really happened? However, Tamar eventually knew that the ladies were not at fault. I don't think she knew it at first because Vince was lying to her, but I do think that she eventually knew. So I don't agree with Towanda trying to call out Loni because Loni was trying to finally clear the air, and she did that. And I noticed that Tamar said nothing about it, and normally she would respond. So I do believe that Loni is telling the truth. Now let's talk about something else. Tamar did an interview with 97.9 The Box, and she went into detail about her issue with Iyanla Vazant. Iyanla was brought on to the Braxton Family Values to counsel the Braxton family. However, Tamar and Iyanla clashed during the meeting, and Tamar walked out of the therapy session. Tamar revealed the reason why she walked out was because Iyanla brought up the fact that she was molested as a child in public without even giving Tamar a warning. Tamar has never talked about being abused as a child. She only told a few people. So she did not know Iyanla was going to come on and reveal her secret to her family and to the public.
We were shooting the show, and I didn't know that part was going to be talked about. As a matter of fact, I never talked about it.
So how'd they find out?
I think a family member, and then after they told that person decided that this was the forum, and I was completely blindsided.
How widespread in your family was this known? Because sometimes when bad things like this happen, the whole family is not aware.
It was never discussed.
But this one family member was aware of it and they mentioned it.
So
But they never talked to you about what happened.
Never.
So they go to somebody that's an outsider and say, hey, I think this happened to Tamar, we should discuss it. But they never discussed it with you?
Ever.
Did y'all discuss it after? The fact that they just told everybody?
Well, a lot of people think that, I have temper tantrums and run out the room, right? But that's not what happened. It was just a lot to handle.
At that particular time.
At
Especially
that
if
point.
you don't think nobody knows, and you just find out like, hey, Tamar, we know this happened, and the host says it, you're like, what?
Exactly. And I'm not placing any blame. I'm just saying you were the person that was in charge. I feel like the responsibility was on you to handle that and not mention it or not allow it to be said or have a conversation with me first. How about that? It's a shameful thing. Nobody wants to talk about
Did you
that.
tell your husband?
Wait a minute, hold on. That's a trick question because you
At
called
the
him my
particular
husband.
time?
Yeah.
She said a trick question.
No, we don't try to trick
I
up here,
did.
but
Vincent and I are, friends. He was aware.
He was aware. But none of your other family members, well, obviously they were aware. So, okay, after the show, do you then have the opportunity to discuss what happened? Because I'm sure other family members, and I don't know the details, if it was a family member or not that did what
Oh,
they've
it was
done.
on both sides.
that's crazy.
So it was more than one.
Yeah.
I have to ask, how young were you? Because a lot of times, because of your age, you don't feel like you can speak.
Oh, it was a very young age. So about, from when I can remember, because what happens is you try to put it out your mind.
Right.
I think about 6 or 7, maybe when it first started.
Were you afraid to tell?
Yeah.
I find it really sad that Tamar was sexually abused as a child, and what makes it even sadder is she wasn't the only sister that was violated. Tracy Braxton, too, revealed that she was molested as a child. So it's possible that it happened to all of the sisters, which is why one of the family members who told Iyanla Tamar's secret must have speculated it because it was happening to more than one sister, but it was never openly discussed.
Exactly, but she said, and I also said on Wendy Williams that she had been molested by family members on both sides. Did you all know this?
I didn't know anything about the other side. That's news to me. You know what? I was too on that side of that family. So, when that came out, it was like, okay. But you have to see Braxton Family Values too. Let it in full.
I'm honestly side-eyeing the parents. I'm side-eyeing them. I do know that their father was a pastor and he was never home. That's what was said during the therapy session on the Braxton Family Values. He was never home. But the mother, Evelyn, was home. And I'm wondering how all of this was going on and she never knew about it. But I really empathize with Tamar and her sisters. It really explains the dynamics of their relationship. And I really hope that they get intense healing because they really need it. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.